Alright, okay. I got music, I got page up, we're ready to go. And audio's a little loud, so let's bring that down. So, I'm just going to pre-record this one because it's easier. We have question, angular disk with marking. We've got kind of a conical section here. I think the technical term is frustum. And we're trying to get some dash lines onto it. And I think I want to do the text as well, so we're going to go ahead and try that. Yeah, I have already written up a description of what I'm going to try, but I'm going to try a couple of different methods today. So let's hop right in. I've already modeled up our frustum shape here, and I'm going to just kind of go through the motions. So first thing that I suggested doing was having a plane tangent to this one, and then perpendicular to the right plane, so we have a nice solid surface to work from. It can come, let's see, normal to it, or at a 45-degree angle. I have, by the way, already sketched all this out, so it's 10 millimeters thick, 90 millimeters up here, and 100 millimeters on the OD. So, yeah, hide that just because it's a little ugly, and then draw a sketch on it. We're going to create an arc that comes up here, is tangent down here, and is also tangent down here. And these two guys are going to be concentric. Since this conical surface can technically be unwrapped into one single flat surface, so force those to be concentric. Make these guys collinear. Let's see. I'm going to take a peek at this sketch. Well, actually, I have to hop out of this one for a sec. The way to define the lengths of these guys, so we've got 90 millimeters, so this is pi times 90 circumference, and this is pi times 100 circumference. So come back to this, hide this sketch, come back to this revolve. Let's see, are these defined? They are not. So we're going to make this guy coincident with the origin. So now we have sort of a wrapped circle here. So select these 2 points, and then the arc in between them, and then you can get a total length. So we can make this equals pi times, well, we'll just say 100 for now. But I do, you know what, I should relate it back to the original one so it changes better. That one's D2, that one's D1. So this is going to be equal to D2 at sketch 1. And then this one is going to be point, line, point equals pi times D1 at sketch 1. And with that all defined, then you have a surface that you can use to wrap around onto here. So we will, actually, I can show this pretty quickly. Just make all this construction, and then do a quick text operation on this line. Text, this is a test of Solidworks text. Document font, we're going to make it extra wide, just because we can. Yeah, okay. And quick wrap operation. Oop, gotta step out of the sketch first. Well, let's show, just for clarity's sake, I'm gonna make this sit in the middle of this line, and it should come up right on the back side. So I'll make it a little less wide though, just so it's readable. Okay, so might say underdefined, that's just because sketch operations are kind of screwy. Let's try a wrap. Wrap onto this face. Yes. Come up to the top here. Nope, wrapped it wrong. Alright, so it doesn't like wrapping around past the edge. That's good to know. We can come back to this sketch. Oops, hang on, normal. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to remove the coincident from this guy. And I think I'll have to remove the coincidence here. And probably the vertical on this guy. But we can still draw a line. Oops, hang on. Why won't you let me rotate? Doesn't want to let me rotate here. What I want to do is I want to rotate this whole thing clockwise about 120 degrees, so we'll see how well I can make that work. 30. Oh, hey, there we go. I can rotate it this way. 90. Perfect. Okay. That's almost enough. 45. Nope. Breaks. Okay. Make that coincident. Oops, hang on. Coincident. There we go. Okay. Would have been a lot easier to just draw that the right way the first time around, but I don't know. Sometimes you just can't do that. Oh, goodness. I'm going to remove these two dimensions because they seem to be causing problems. Let's see. This guy was the ID, so he's D1. Equals pi times D1 at sketch 1. Out here. Equals pi times D2 at sketch 1. And that's real weird. Why is it doing that? Maybe dragging it around first? Equals pi times D1 at sketch 1. Or D2 at sketch 1, rather. There we go. Okay. Yeah, this stuff sometimes just is a little screwy when you're working with Is this one construction? It is not. Okay. Now that we fixed that, it is a little funky. It's very funky. I think part of that is just the fact that it goes off the edge a little bit. So maybe we can change the wrap to how long have I been recording for? Doesn't tell me. Very helpful, OBS. Let's just try split face. Nope, that doesn't work either. Very cool. We can... Oh, hang on. It's because I'm using cylindrical and not analytical. There we go. Accuracy high, please. Yeah, still doesn't work very well. Okay, I'm going to change tacks. We're going to suppress this and then just show how to do a quick markup on the angles. So, sketch. Top plane. I'm going to convert this outer edge here. Do a quick line up the middle just so that I can make sure it's in the right place vertically. Oh, why are you complaining? Oh, I see, because this guy's decided to be coincident with the origin. Delete that quickly. Construction and vertical. Make this guy, I don't know, millimeter wide. Let's see, it's 100 millimeters in diameter, I have 300 millimeters. This has to be much narrower. Make it like 0.2. Let's say it comes up, oh, I don't know. 2 millimeters, 3 millimeters from the outside. That seems good enough. We'll trim this outside here. And it is important to have, well, we can make this perpendicular and then line some things up. Symmetric. Make this also 0.2 across, but we're going to make it a little shallower. Probably shouldn't have trimmed that edge earlier. Oop. There we go. Here's our outer edge. Take this guy, and then a shift click to make sure that it goes to the edge, because that's technically an arc. I'll make it only like 2 millimeters long. Now, this should be a nice swingy, yeah. Make that one degree. Space these out a little bit so I can actually read everything. Do a quick circular pattern. See, parameters. It's a point since we're working in 2D here, or I guess maybe not. Entities a pattern. This guy, this guy, this guy, this guy. Not equal spacing. Angle 1, like 1 degree. Hang on. Oh, dimension angular spacing. Oh, goodness. I haven't worked with this in a while. -1 degrees. That's weird. I think we want 9, because then it'll be 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and then the 10th will be this guy getting patterned. Display instance count. Whoops, that's not right. Circular sketch pattern. Parameters. Well, let's do lines first. Or rather, selected entities to pattern. Why is it doing this other... What is this? I don't use circular sketch patterns very much, so... Let's see, we want 9 instances. 1, 2, 3, 4, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Okay. Dimension radius. Probably don't need a dimension radius. See, that doesn't want to be 0.3, that wants to be 1. Yep, that all looks good. Exit sketch. Split line. And on this face. Whoops. Endpoint is wrongly shared by multiple entities. Very cool. Oops, not that sketch. This sketch, please. Oh, now I gotta go around, like, manually trimming stuff. Looks like there was just an extra section under here, which makes sense. I mistakenly duplicated that line twice, but now it should play nice. Split line, this face. Projection's what we want. There we have it. There's your split lines. Then you can do a quick circular pattern. In my case, I was doing, I think, 10 degrees at a time, so features, we'll just copy the split face. Well, actually, I don't want to copy the face, I want to copy the feature. Direction, we'll select this outer edge, just make it easy. Instant spacing, 10 degrees, or actually equal spacing makes more sense because we want to go all the way around, so 36. Using a geometry pattern. Oh, don't want to do a geometry pattern. I want to split the face like 300 times. This will cause your rebuild times to be really high, but it is a way to get those features marked. Perhaps a second sketch pattern of the original sketch pattern inside there would be better, because then you don't have to repeat a feature 36 times, but it's kind of a trade-off. I'm not really sure the best way to do this efficiently. In fact, if we pull up performance at the moment, I bet we're pinning a thread right now. Well, I would expect us to be, but I guess we're not. Solidworks is just throwing a fit. What does... No, Toolbox doesn't want to open. I recently switched to trying Solidworks Connected, and it's been interesting. It doesn't really like working locally, which is all of what I do, so... Yeah, I don't know. Don't know why it's just decided to cut off. Oh, there we go. Just took it a couple of minutes. But that's all your radiations. You can do that with a split line, just up top using sketch pattern features. If there's any questions, feel free to ask them down in the comments. I'm always happy to respond and clarify things. I'll admit this isn't perfect. Like, you would have issues for sure with text on here, but you know what? Let's hang on. Let's see if I can't pattern text around here. Sketch, top plane. Select the midpoint of this guy, that line, and say midpoint of this. And we'll make this guy extra long too, like 10 millimeters. Then I can put some text up here. Text 0. Whoops. Midpoint. Not the document font because that's too large. This only needs to be like 1 millimeter high, which would be totally unreadable. That you couldn't even like mark that, but you know what? I'm not sure I like that being midpoint coincident. We're gonna move it up a little bit. Tell this to be, whoops. Dimension, please. Dimension. There we go, dimension. Make this 0.2 millimeters. And then we can select the midpoint on this guy and the midpoint on this guy. Well, you know what? I'm just going to select the midpoint of this and select the origin and use that to align everything. That's good enough. Or it would be good enough. Select midpoint. Select that. Alt V, vertical. Is it still draggable? It is. That's very odd. Select midpoint. Select origin, vertical. There we go. Okay, now it works. All right. I wish text features could be constrained once you assign them to a line rather than just kind of being floaty and irritating. Oh, you know what I should do? Because this is going to get stretched vertically, I should also stretch it horizontally a little bit. So we're going to make this square root 2. Oh, please enter an integer. That's rude. 141%. Because this is on a 45-degree plane, it should project roughly right. It's not going to be perfect, but this is already really weird geometry that I don't think anyone's like. No one would manufacture this, and if you did manufacture this, this is the sort of thing you would do with CNC. So, split line onto this face, cool. Circular pattern. Let's see if I can't vary instances. Direction. Grab this face again. Instances to vary. Choose feature dimensions to vary. Modify instance. I don't actually know how to change text values. Do a quick Google. Solidworks change text values in pattern. It is possible that it's not possible just because like it's kind of a weird thing to do. Modify instance. D126. Oh, I'm going the wrong direction. Well, maybe not. Well, that is how you would pattern text. I don't know why exactly it's not. Does not split the selected faces. Why you no work? Really nice if you just worked. There we go. Will it work this time? It's really odd. I wonder if there's a way to... Because, see, it would really suck to have to write 36 separate text entities. It would extremely suck to write 36 separate text entities, especially if you ever wanted to change them. It does seem to be like it would be the only way, though, which is kind of unfortunate. But that looks about right when projected on the right, you know, in the right orientation. Yeah, this is just tricky geometry. I don't really know how you would do this properly. Of course, questions, comments, feel free to ask them. Yeah, this is a weird part. Hope it was helpful, though. Boink!